Very good morning, Jai Hind children. Our today's class is based on writing skill. Today we are learning how to write a paragraph. Earlier you have read, you have written, you have given your exams also for different types of writing skills. Now let's learn today how to write a paragraph. Okay, let's start the class. See here again, I welcome all my children in today's class. Now see, paragraph writing. What is paragraph? Paragraph is a piece of writing that consists of several sentences expressing a series of connected thoughts upon a single topic. So whenever we write the paragraph, it has several sentences, not several paragraphs. You have to just listen very carefully and concentrate that single paragraph will be there, and in that paragraph there will be several sentences, means many sentences can be there. That sentences will be based upon the word limit. 100 words, 150 words, 120 words, in whatever word limit. Okay, in whatever words you have to write, accordingly your sentences will be there. And the sentence will express a series of connected thoughts. Means the content, whatever you will be writing, okay, that will be your thinking only. So those thoughts will be will be a series, and that will be connected to one another upon a single topic. Means whenever we write the paragraph presents a single topic. It presents or develops one main idea, one main theme, or only one main subject. You cannot just distract from your subject. Whatever you are writing, your subject should be, your topic should be same. Then only you can just create a series of connected thoughts. Okay, how you have to write? Let's say I'm telling you. First, what is paragraph? Have you understood? That is made up of several sentences, and it expresses a series of connected thoughts, and it is based upon a single topic. Now, there are some essential features of a good paragraph. Whenever you write a paragraph, there are some points which you should keep in mind while writing a paragraph. What are those points? Keep the language simple and sentence structure small. Whenever we are writing the paragraph, don't try to write long and lengthy sentences. Don't try to write the difficult, the typical words. Okay, your language should be simple, and make small sentences. Small sentences make, and give full stop. Then again make one small sentence, and then again give full stop. In this way, your paragraph can give a good or the clear picture, the clear meaning, whatever you want to tell. Write in an organized and coherent manner. Organized manner you have to write. How will you write organized manner? Right now, after this, I have given a slide in which I will just give you the tips to write in an organized and coherent manner. Ensure that whatever you write centers around the main theme, and whatever you are writing, your topic should be same. Your main theme should be same. That centers, whatever you are writing, just keep that point, that topic in the center, and around that topic, whatever points are coming in your mind regarding those topics, you have to just develop your paragraph. Avoid drifting away from the topic, that is giving irrelevant information. Drifting away means you have started writing on environment, and you started writing right from environment to pollution. So that is drifting away from the topic. So don't do this. If you are writing on environment, you just write down on that topic only. Don't give irrelevant information. Irrelevant information, the thoughts, the paragraph which does not relate to your main topic. So don't write that type of sentences. Don't give irrelevant information. Ensure that the paragraph does not exceed the prescribed word limit. That is also one of the most important points. The word limit will be given there and you have to write the paragraph accordingly. Okay, if 120 words are given there, write down 150 accordingly, 100 write down accordingly. If nothing is given there in the question paper, what is the word limit? It does not happen, but suppose it happens, then you can write within 150 words or 120 words, means 120 to 150 words. A paragraph is written. The usage of tenses should be correct. Your tense mistake should not be there. There should not be any grammatical mistake. Grammatical error should not be there while writing a paragraph, which is very common. Means this error most of you just do while writing the paragraph. So to avoid this mistake, to avoid the tense mistake, write down, start writing your paragraph on a single tense, any one tense, present or past or future. In one paragraph, you can change the tenses. You can just write down in present also, in future also, and in some sentences in past also, but that should be linked to one another. If you are changing your tense, then it means you are telling about the past. From present, if you are writing to past tense, it means that you are telling about the past thing. So if you are telling about the past thing, of course you can use the past tense. Or if you are telling about the future tense, about the future things, that tense also you can use. So it is not necessary that you have to write in a single tense only, but the usages, the whatever tense you are using, there should not be the mistake. Use the correct form of the verb in a single sentence. Okay, and link it correctly to the second one sentence which you are writing. Clear? Now let's proceed. Tips to write a paragraph. How will you write a good paragraph? Okay, just see. We just follow the rule of coder. C-O-D-E-R. That is coder. And the same coder I had given you while telling you how to write a good speech. If you remember, while writing a speech also, we follow the same rule of coder as we are following the rule of a coder while writing a paragraph. So, whatever writing skills are there, paragraph writing, article writing, speech writing, you can follow the rule of coder. Do you remember what does coder stand for? Let's see. C stands for collect ideas. You have to collect your ideas. Means you have to just think as soon as you read the question. Just think over that question. Think deeply. Try to understand the meaning of the topic. Okay, as soon as you will be able to grasp the meaning, to take out the exact meaning of that topic, of that word which is written there, immediately the ideas will start coming to your mind. So first of all, you have to collect the ideas. After understanding the meaning, how will you understand the meaning? You have to devote some time. Okay, and after devoting some time to think, you can collect your ideas. So first of all, devote some time to think, and after thinking, you will be able to collect the ideas on the topic on which you have to write the paragraph. So C stands for collecting ideas. Next one is O. O means CO, coder. I had given you the tip that was coder. I had told you C stands for collect your ideas. Now coder O. O stands for order your ideas. Order means you have to organize whatever you have thought. Just organize one after another, because different types of ideas will be coming to your mind one after another. The ideas will we keep on coming. That will be spontaneously. That will come to your mind as soon as you understand, you get the meaning of the topic. So after collecting the ideas, just give them a order. Starting, then mid, and then conclusion. In this way, you have to give the order. You have to organize the ideas. And after that comes D. D means draft your ideas. Drafting means you have to make an outline, okay, a preliminary sketch. Means just before writing, you have to make that outline in your mind, or you can jot down the main points. You can note down the main points on any rough paper or at any other place, but not where you have to write your paragraph. Okay, if you are unable to draft your ideas, just to give an outline to your ideas in your mind, so that is an easy way to note down the important points, the points which are coming to your mind, and in this way you will be able to give an outline. Okay, so when you are giving an outline, when you are drafting your ideas, when you are giving a preliminary sketch, that is called drafting. So C stands for collect, O stands for order your ideas, and D stands for drafting. Drafting, I hope you have understood. Drafting means give an outline, okay, to your ideas. Whether you can give by writing or you can give in your mind only. After drafting comes E. E means edit your draft. Edit, if you remember, you have learned editing also. I have given you in your half yearly class just before it. I had given you how to do the editing. What do we do in the editing? We just take out the incorrect things, and in place of those incorrect things, we write the correct things. So in our ideas, we can do the editing, we can do omission, but there should not be any digressions. Digression means you should not just go beyond the topic. Okay, don't choose the word which does not relate to your thought. Choose the appropriate word. So you have to edit your draft. Edit your draft means whatever ideas you have collected, you have organized, you have drafted. Now you will check your idea, whether it is written or it is in your mind. Check those ideas and take out the incorrect things. Whatever you think that is incorrect and it will not suit while writing, you can take out those things and you can add some new ideas or some new words or some new sentences. That is called edit your draft. Just after edit, here comes last letter, that is R. R means revise the draft. Now, after collecting, after organizing, no, after drafting, after editing, whatever you have done, whatever process you have gone through, revise everything. Once you are revising, now whatever picture is coming in your mind, this is your final paragraph. This is the final content which you have to write while just writing a paragraph. This you have to write in your answer sheet just after revising. So that was the tips. That was the rule of coder. Of course, without using the rule of coder also, you can write any paragraph, but you may face difficulty. That's why I had given you this tips to, if you are choosing this coder while writing a paragraph, your answer, your way of writing your just answer will be more impressive than if you are writing without using this coder. So I just suggest you to use the coder while writing paragraph. Clear? Have you understood what is coder? So paragraph, I had given you what is paragraph. Paragraph means that is several sentences that consist of single or main topic. Okay, and means single theme is there. After that, the essentials features also I had given you. Now the tips. After that, just after that there is a specimen paragraph. Okay, write a paragraph in about 150 words on advantages and disadvantages of using cell phone. Means you have to write your paragraph in about 150 words. You have to tell the advantages also. You also have to tell the disadvantages also of using cell phones. Now see, that is your answer sheet, and here you will be giving the heading advantages and disadvantages of using cell phone. After giving the heading, just below it, right from the left margin, you will start writing your paragraph. Until the 1800s, people used letters for communication, which was a slow method. This is your introduction. And you will keep on writing one after another sentence, giving the full stop and comma. And as it is being written, you can see on your screen. In the same way, you can also write. Just go through it. Whatever is coming, just go through it. I am writing there on the screen. Go through it, children. I hope you are able to see whatever I am writing. Okay. Cell phones include this system, so in this way, we can communicate with someone more cheaply than by normal calling. I am reading from where it is being written, okay. However, cell phones have some disadvantages. For example, cell phones release electromagnetic waves, and these electromagnetic waves can cause health problems like cancer. Additionally, cell phones often affect the electronic systems used by equipment like cars, ABS automatic brake system and computers. This can cause accidents. To sum up, cell phones not only have advantages but they also have disadvantages. Mobile phones make our lives easier, but at the same time they can be hazardous to health. So this is an example. This is the specimen how to write a paragraph. First of all, I have given the heading, advantages and disadvantages. After that, I have started from the margin. Okay, left margin. Here you will also start from the left margin. Don't start from the mid, from here. Don't start from the mid of the line. Okay, start writing from the margin. And in this way, you also can write within a single paragraph whatever ideas are coming to your mind regarding the cell phone. As soon as you listen the cell phone, first of all, what will come to your mind? Just before cell phone, how we were communicating? We were communicating through letters. So that will be our starting. Okay, letters for communication was a slow method, and there was also the possibility of letters being lost. But after the invention of telephone in 1876 by Alexander Graham Bell, it becomes easier for people to communicate. If you don't remember the year, don't write the year. It is not necessary to write the year. Okay. If you don't remember the name of the inventor, that is also not necessary to write. But if you are writing, of course, that will be an impressive way to represent your ideas. Then in 1970, the cellular phone was invented. It brought many advantages and disadvantages into our lives. The most important advantage. Now after writing about the letter you have written, you have just come to telephone, and just after the telephone, we have come to cellular phone. See, this is called one after another connection. Okay, so in this way you can also connect your thoughts, and that is called the good connection while writing one after another sentences. So we have started from letter, then we came after letter. What was the invention? Telephone was the invention. After telephone, the mobiles, the cellular phone were invented. So we have written in the same way. Now what is our topic? Our topic is that we have to write the advantages and disadvantages of cell phone. So now we have come to our main topic, and we are writing that it brought many advantages and disadvantages into our lives. The most important advantage is, first of all, we will be writing about the advantage, and after that disadvantage. So what is the most important advantage? That it can be used almost everywhere without cables or electricity. No, wherever you go, you can take it. Without cable, you can use. We can communicate with anyone whenever we want, wherever we are. You all know this advantage of cellular phone. Besides this, if there is an emergency situation, a mobile phone can be useful. This also you all know very well. Furthermore, we can get access to the internet by using a cell phone. These days, the world's most common means of communication is SMS. Cell phones include this system, so in this way, we can communicate with someone more cheaply than by normal calling. Now, this I have given whatever advantages come to my mind. If more advantages you know, more you can write, but be sure that you are writing within word limit. Okay. Now I will start writing about the disadvantages. How will I start? I will, just after giving full stop, I will start from the same line. However, cell phones have some disadvantages. For example, cell phones release electromagnetic waves, and these electromagnetic waves can cause health problem. These are the disadvantages. What health problem? Cancer. It can just, this health problem can be there. Additionally, cell phones often affect the electronic system used by equipment like car or means the brake system. It also affects the brake system, and it also affects the computers, and this can cause accidents. To sum up, now we have to just conclude, and I will be giving a full stop and will conclude our paragraph in this way. To sum up, we can write to sum up. It means we are concluding. Now our paragraph is about to end. To sum up, cell phones not only have advantages, but they also have disadvantages. Mobile phones make our lives easier, but at the same time, they can be hazardous to health. Clear? So, in this way, children, you also can write any paragraph by using the tip which I have given you, coder. Okay? And if you remember the coder, that will be more easy for you. Okay, children? Now, I just want to tell you that whenever you are writing any paragraph, okay, don't try to write the difficult and the lengthy sentences which already I have given you. Try to write down the small sentences. Okay, children, I will be just sending you the homework in your school app. Goodbye, children. Take care.